Hey guys, and welcome back to another Canyon series in Microsoft Flight Sim. We are in southern Utah on a beautiful sunny day. It looks like there's some still snow on the ground. We are working our way to Zion's National Park. We are going to try to find it here among all these beautiful canyons. Are we just flying by it here? So I think, I wish. So, if I understand right, Zion's National Park is going to be over this way. I have never flown this plane. I want that to be known right now. I have never flown this plane. It's the Cessna 152. So bear with me. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. So I believe. Um, I believe this is Zion's National Park right in front of us. I've never been here in the game, so we're gonna try to do our best here. We are pretty high altitude. You can see we're 10,000 feet, 9,000 feet. Um, so high altitude, just flying over, and we are gonna see what we can get into here. Once I can find Zion's, I believe this is it. I believe this little river you can see up on my map is the Virgin River. Once we kind of figure that out, we will descend and kind of fly through the canyon. If not, we'll just fly through this little river gorge here. So we're going to kind of bring our speed back and let the plane kind of drop out from beneath us and kind of descend down into this canyon, and then we'll apply that power and get going again. While that is happening, I am going to look up some Wikipedia facts about Zion's for us. It is beautiful. I love Zion's. Wikipedia. Let's see. And you can see the cool thing about Zion's is it is just straight cliffs. So let me, as we continue to descend here, I'm looking at both of them. Let me see if I can bring some pictures up here. So this is, I think, one of the more famous pictures of Zion's. So you can see that's what Zion's looks like in real life. It is gorgeous. But so I'm really hopeful that I hope that we are going in the right direction to see this. Because I don't see, I mean, that could be it, but I am pretty sure this is it. And you can kind of see with the geography down there, it is straight cliff. So if I'm understanding kind of where we're at, this is the Virgin River Gorge. I know it's not going to be perfect or anything, but you can kind of see it is just straight cliffs. Let me pull this window back over here and let me see if I can find. Here's another picture of it. Pretty famous. This is up on Angel's Landing. Pretty prominent feature within the park. But I'm pretty sure we've got it nailed here. So I'm not going to be able to go all the way down, and it's not that pretty from up here. Maybe when it kind of busts out a little bit more. So let me kind of bring my power back down to 10 and get you going back this way. And let's see. I'm trying to see if I can see any of the features I know. We're going to have a ton of turbulence. Obviously, very illegal to do this in real life. And we are also going to remove this map. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is... Yeah, this is Zion's. So right there, that's the parking lot for the Narrows. So we are in Zion's National Park. This, I believe, is Angel's Landing. This rock formation right here. A ton of people hike it. You kind of have to hike up here, and then you come back, and it is a chain link. So once we get to St. George, I will show you some pictures of Angel's Landing. That you can kind of see goes way out there, and kind of comes back around Angel's Landing. So let's go ahead and add some of my power back here. And here is that picture that I showed you just barely. Too much power, too much power, too much power. So this is that picture I just showed you. So we would be like right here flying. This is taken up on that Angel's Landing rock formation as we get back, going towards the entrance to Zion's Canyon, or Zion's National Park. This canyon has a hike called the Emerald 3 Pools, and you hike up, and then right here at the base is a pretty big pool. These are like the visitor centers right here. We'll kind of get going the right way. It is so beautiful. If you guys ever are in the western United States kind of doing like something to see, Zion's National Park is my highest recommended. So somewhere along here is called the three... I can't remember exactly what it's called. But there's a pretty awesome hike here in the beginning. There's a ton of hikes. Zion's all about hiking, but they are awesome hikes. And the Narrows is probably my #1 recommended hike. I've done it 3 times now. It's just walking through the river. You do have to be very concerned about flash floods, especially during like July and August, so like this time, because it flash floods and it's pretty dangerous to be up there. So just kind of pay attention to that if you ever go to Zion's. But you can kind of see we're getting to the end here. And Springdale's the little town that kind of supports this. And then back that way is you can go, and there's a tunnel that you can drive to kind of go over towards Bryce Canyon. And then yeah, here's the kind of mouth of Zion's National Park. So these are kind of more of like the learning centers and this and stuff like that. Most of the time during the summer, there's a shuttle that takes you from the parking lots down here, and you have to ride the shuttle to go up. And I would recommend getting there pretty early in the morning, as it does. These parking lots fill up. Here's the campgrounds, and there's the entrance plazas right there as we fly into Springdale. So this is Springdale. Like I said, it's kind of the town. There's a lot of hotels here, or there's some hotels here. My recommendation is to stay in St. George. It's about a 30-40 minute drive from St. George, and there's a lot more services in St. George. And then just drive up early in the morning, get there, and then drive back down to St. George. That's my recommendation. That's usually where I stay. So yeah, it's beautiful. Love Zion's National Park. Let's see, I'm just trying to look here as I fly. Not anything that I can see. But we're just going to kind of follow the Virgin River. The Virgin River goes all the way down to St. George, and that's where we'll land for this episode. Just trying to look at different things here. Nothing really sticking out to me. So it looks like, let's see, here we go. In 1909, President William Howard Taft named the area, I can't even say it, National Monument in order to protect the canyon. In 1918, acting director of the newly created National Park Services drafted a proposal to enlarge the existing monument and change the park's name to Zion's National Monument, Zion being used by the Mormons. The name changed to prevalent bias at the time. Many believed that the Spanish Indian names would deter visitors who, if could not pronounce by the name of the place. The new name Zion had a greater appeal to the ethnocentric audience. And on November 19th, 1919, Congress redesignated the monument as Zion National Park. The act was signed by President Woodrow Wilson. Kolob was proclaimed a separate Zion National Monument in 1937, but incorporated into the national park in 1956. So it's it just had its 100-year anniversary 2 years ago. It is a beautiful place. It is highly recommended. It's in southern Utah, like I said, really close to St. George. And St. George is a beautiful city as well, surrounded by that red rock that I just don't think we get in this game very well. You can kind of see it, but I still don't think it's represented very well. Yeah, so that's kind of, I know this is going to pull up here. Let me pull this off. See if I can see. So this is the Narrows, so this is kind of like what you're walking through. I did read somewhere that it is about 20, the between canyon wall and canyon wall, it's about 20 feet at its widest. So it is beautiful up in Zion's. And now we're just going to make our way down to St. George and land and try to land the plane. My first episode of this canyon series didn't go well. I crashed. So let's see if we can make up for it and have a better experience here with landing. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me on this adventure. I really have been enjoying these videos, making them. I really enjoyed my first one, the Columbia River Gorge, and then obviously this one I've really enjoyed as well. I mean, one, I love airplanes. I've mentioned this in previous videos, but I graduated from college with a degree in aviation administration, which is basically like the business side of aviation, airports and kind of the airlines themselves. No, I don't have my pilot's license, but I love planes nonetheless. And yeah, so that's kind of my background, and I'm loving being able to share that with you guys. So but yeah, so we're just following the river out here. And it is gorgeous territory down here. You can kind of see all the mesas and these cool kind of rock formations that they have around here. And back that way is Zion's. So one thing I want to mention is I love making videos, and I love doing this as a hobby. But it is sometimes discouraging making YouTube videos. I gotta be honest, and I'm not gonna be like Debbie Downer here, but any kind of views I get is very much appreciated. So just kind of trying to keep the plane as level as possible. Watching my V speed over there, the little dial on the right. Just trying to keep us level as we approach St. George. We should be on the ground here pretty shortly. St. George was kind of like the summer home of the Mormons, the LDS population from Salt Lake City. They would come down here and spend the winters to get out of that cold the cold winters up north. So yeah, that's kind of the reason of St. George, and it just kind of has grown from there. It's a pretty big town now. And yeah. This airport that we're going to be landing at is actually fairly new. The old airport got taken out and replaced by this one. Let's see. So opened in 2011 is when this airport opened. So a fairly new airport. The old one used to be like in, like up on a mesa in downtown St. George, and it was really cool. They just couldn't expand it, and they wanted to bring more commercial aviation into the area. So I believe this little town we're coming up on is one of my favorite towns to listen to out-of-states pronounce. It is Hurricane, spelt exactly like hurricane, but you can tell if you're out of state because people say I'm gonna go through Hurricane to go to Zion's National Park. No, it's Hurricane. Got to get that Utah accent in there. So yeah, Hurricane is what this is. So you can see the Virgin River Gorge right here, and then you climb up right here, and this is the road over here. So, but like as you're traveling from St. George, you would come from this road right here as you go over, and this is like St. George over here. So it's like a suburb of St. George, I guess. One of the big things about St. George is it's very popular in the summer to do baseball tournaments down there. Soccer tournaments are held down there quite a bit. I have a ton of friends, excuse me, go down there and do soccer tournaments and everything like that. This lake over here, this one right here, this is called San Hollow Reservoir, and it's pretty popular. It's a pretty popular destination for St. George and for Las Vegas. For some reason, I don't know why Las Vegas, but because they have Lake Mead. But yeah, a lot of Las Vegas people come up here. It's about a 2-hour drive from Las Vegas. And then, yeah. And this is Quail Hollow, I think is what this one is. These are both off of the Virgin River. Virgin River feeds both of it. So Hurricane, see, Hurricane. Kind of have the airport inside over there, And then I-15 from St. George to Salt Lake City runs kind of right over here. So we'll go ahead and start St. George Regional. One interesting thing, we are going to go in on runway 19.
Kilo Sierra Golf uniform traffic at 0727 J Niner 512 miles northeast, 5,300 feet inbound to land runway 19.
You can see there's the dam for Quail Hollow. And then kind of goes over and feeds Sand Hollow. I think it's Quail Hollow. Not a very big reservoir there. But we're going to follow this in and land here at St. George. So let's go ahead and get our plane all situated here. I did not set this plane up at all. Yoke, cabin, pitot, nav. Let's see, nav, beacon, taxi, landing lights. And we're gonna try not to crash here. You can see there's I-15. St. George is over here. I'll bring that engine back just a little bit as we prepare for landing. We got a couple flap options there, and we'll also bring this up. Throw our VR map there with that following. See, there's the airport right there. So we're just coming in, getting ready to land. Bring that back just a little bit. Bring those RPMs. So I think these are the down here in the corner. I think these are RPM. So and there's my runway. Once I catch that pattern entry, I'll announce I'm on final. I didn't mention this on this video, but I'm using the Logitech flight yoke system with its corresponding throttle quadrant, plus the pedals are down beneath. I have the Logitech flight pedals as well.
Kilo Sierra Golf uniform traffic at 0727 J Niner 5 is on final runway 19 to land.
Yeah, I'm not following pattern entry because I don't know what the heck it's trying to get me to do. I need a little bit more power because that is what I struggled with last time. I will bring it down to 1500. So we line up on the runway here. So this little town off to the right here that we're going to be flying over is Washington, Utah. Yeah, so we want... lined up pretty good here. Bring in that first stage of flaps. Second stage of flaps. And final stage of flaps. I know I already announced it.
Golf uniform traffic and 0727J905 is on final runway 19er to land.
So come in here for a landing. Just giving it a little bit of left rudder, or yeah, left rudder. Kind of pull that back just a little bit more. Ryan, don't screw this up now. Already screwed up one landing on it, and I feel like I'm actually pretty good at landings. I have not flown these little planes for a really long time. Getting pretty good there. Feather it in, feather it in, feather it in. A little bit of a bounce there, and bring that power back and slam on those brakes. And taxi off here. And look at that, guys. We had a successful landing. We'll just go straight through here. Pull up those flaps. We'll go park right next to that yellow airplane. And there you go, guys. So thank you guys so much for joining me. We'll go in here. And I don't know where is, that's the primer. Anti-throttle. Park and brake, there we go. And turn off all of these lights. And there we go. So, thank you guys so much for joining me on this flight through Zion's National Park. Next time, we will be doing probably something outside of Utah. I'm not sure where we're going to go, though. Thank you guys. Until next time, see ya.